7 levels of gaming setups explained. Level 1, trash. Now, I'm not here to make fun of anyone's setup, but this level is reserved for the real degenerates of the world. I'm talking about those real scumbags that are careless, reckless. They literally just don't care what their setup looks like. It's called the trash level because it's literally filled with trash. They have trash everywhere. I'm not talking about one little monster can like the one behind me here. I'm talking about cans everywhere, wrappers everywhere, McDonald's bags, a whole shebang. They can barely have enough room to even like move their mouse around. These people literally don't respect anything they have. Either using mama and daddy's money or they're just a complete slob as an adult. I mean, these setups may have some really nice parts in them, but I don't care how good your setup is. If your mouse pad is sticky, your room's full of garbage, it doesn't matter. It's not about the money and the nice things you have. It's about respecting what you have. That's why this level is called trash. Level 2, is bad. Again, we're not here to make fun of people because in level 2, we're here for sympathy. The people in level 2 cannot help that they have a bad setup. They're either adults that are having a really hard time in life right now, or parents that are having a really hard time in life and they just can't afford to have any sort of gaming setup. They might have had to sell what they had to pay some bills and they're just getting by in life. And I really hate that for you. Now, to really get a picture of what these bad setups are like, there's really 2 options. Option 1 is a kid on their Chromebook. Now, Chromebooks are basically pretend laptops that schools give you because they're extremely cheap. They can buy them in bulk and they can run the Google suite like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. And a lot of kids resort to trying to play games on them. They spend way more time trying to figure out ways to play games on their Chromebook than they do actually doing their schoolwork, only to have IT block it 2 weeks after they find it and then the whole process starts over again. They might even have like a cheap gaming mouse that they found at the store like Five Below and they use that trying to grind out to beat their buddies in 1v1 LOL. Second type of people in this setup are the phone gamers, the mobile gamers. Now, I'm not talking about people that just enjoy mobile games like Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, or something like that. I'm talking about people that is their literal only option is to play on their phone. Whether they borrow mom and dad's phone for a little while or they're just praying that their phone is strong enough to run Fortnite or Call of Duty Mobile, because that's the only way they have to game. While their friends are playing on the PS5, they're stuck playing Candy Crush. If you have one of these setups, I know you dream about the ones that we're gonna talk about in level 5, 6, and 7. For me personally, I hope you get that one day. Now, level 3 setups are just mid. These are like the childhood setups from my generation, and there's probably a few people that are still rocking these today, and they typically go one of 2 ways. Option 1 is there's only one TV in the house, and that's the only TV that you could possibly game on, and you're probably borrowing your parents' consoles, or you have a hand-me-down console, and that's your only option. And you're just trying to find time that you can play when your parents will let you. Or if you're an adult, that's just the only place you have to play, or you're hoping your wife falls asleep on the couch while you're watching Netflix and you can play while she's asleep. The other part of this scenario is, you just have a TV in your bedroom. Like, you're just playing on a TV. It's not a special gaming TV. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a 30 or 60 hertz TV and you're just enjoying the fact that you get to play video games. Your parents don't understand that playing on a TV gives you terrible latency or input lag, and most of the time you're capped at 30 or 60 FPS depending on how old the TV is, which makes you slower than the sloth on Zootopia. But you're just happy to be playing games. Whether you're playing with your buddies after school or chilling with your boomer friends after a long day at work, you're just happy to be gaming. Now, level 4 is the okay setups. This is like the baseline for most people. It's where you finally get a setup that feels like yours. Whether it's a desk in your room or your dorm room at college, or maybe some little corner of your parents' house or some little corner your wife lets you stash a setup, it's yours. This desk or chair may be something that you just salvaged, or maybe your dad had some spare wood laying around in the back and threw together something for you, but you totally question the structural integrity of it, but you're just super happy. In fact, you probably don't even have a legit chair unless you just got one at a yard sale or a thrift store or something. You may even be using the kitchen dining room chair, and your mom gets mad when Aunt Karen comes over with her whole family and there's not enough chairs at the table, and you're like, where's a chair? And it's in your room because you're using it as your game. But anyway, I'm sorry, I went on a tangent there. Anyway, it may just be a console in and a monitor because you finally got somewhat of a gaming monitor for your console, you're still clapping dudes with a $5,000 gaming PC. I mean, your 120 hertz refresh rate if you have a new gen console, or your 60 FPS on PS4, whatever you're rocking, I'm not here to judge. You're still pooping on people in those COD lobbies or boxing people like a fish in Fortnite. You share your setup with everybody. It's nothing special, but it's yours, and I'm proud for you. But level 5 is where we get to the good gaming setups. You did it. You finally got a gaming PC. That's right, a good gaming setup in this day and age, you gotta have a gaming PC. It may not even be the best gaming PC, but it's yours. You've got a desk, you've got a chair. It may be the Temu special that costs like 50 bucks each, but you got one. You're enjoying the good setup in your dorm room or your room at your parents' house, or, you know, some little corner of the house your wife lets you stick your setup in. I mean, I remember when I first got my gaming PC, like for the first time ever, it was as an adult. It was when I was already married. Talked my wife into letting me get one, and it was a special day for me in my life. Like, it really was. So it wasn't the best. It had a GT 730 and a Ryzen 2600X. Nothing fancy, but I love that thing. And it got me into the hobby that I know and love today. So these setups are good. There's nothing wrong with them. All these setups are fine. The only ones I have a problem with are the degenerates back in level 1. It may not be the specs you really want. It may be a used PC off Facebook Marketplace, or some PC your cousin or uncle gave you that's not very good, but you're just happy to be gaming. Decorate your setup with your little action figures or something like that. You're living a good life, and you dream of one day getting to upgrade to the people like level 6. Level 6 are the great gaming setups. These are the people that have a lot of disposable income, or mama and daddy's money. They like to spoil their children, and that's okay. I spoil my children as much as I can. For a 2-year-old, we'll make him come to grips with reality later. That's beside the point. We're not here to talk about my parenting. But these people have really awesome setups. They're great. They're not on the level of the dream setups we're going to talk about in level 7, but you probably got a decked out gaming PC, something you're really proud of. You went all out on aesthetics and performance. You probably even got a couple of monitors, like a stacked monitor setup or a side-by-side monitor setup, something you're really enjoying. You might even have a fancy microphone, keyboard, mouse. You went all out for this thing. It's great. You've got that Instagram-worthy RGB look. You might even be the talk of your friend group because they're all secretly jealous because when you send pictures of your setup in the group message, they all really like it better than theirs. I mean, these setups are better than like 90% of everyone else's setups. Everything down to the smallest peripheral is fantastic. But you don't have anything on these top 1%ers, and that's level 7, the dream gaming setups. These have become super popular on YouTube because content creators, you know, including myself, are building their dream gaming setups, and I love watching those videos, don't get me wrong. Like, even today, when I have a setup that I'm really happy with, I still like to watch those videos. These are the people that have the most insane and sickest setups you've ever seen in your life. Either have a lot of extra money or they're in crippling debt. It's one or the other. It's a full room dedicated to gaming. In fact, they probably have multiple setups inside this room. We're talking about a gaming setup, a TV gaming setup, maybe even a couch, the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang. There's so much in this room, you couldn't possibly have time to actually use it all. It's just more of a statement that you're him or her, not judging, or, you know, don't care. I mean, you've got so much stuff, you're hanging it on the walls like a, you know, extra GPU, mouse, keyboard. The GPU is not real, by the way. It's just the shroud. These setups are absolutely insane. I personally don't think my setup is a dream setup to a lot of people, but I'm super proud of it. And if you want to see how I put together my dream gaming room, you can go watch this video here.